LA home prices are plummeting. And I'm not saying they're crashing. This isn't a housing crash. This is the anticipated seasonal decline of home prices that we see in the winter. But this winter, the declines have been pretty significant already. And digging into the data, we can see that these price declines should intensify going into the month and into 2025. Welcome to the Los Angeles Real Estate Roundup for December 9th, 2024, brought to you by Blueprint. Are you looking to buy a home in Los Angeles? You'll soon see that most agents require an exclusive representation agreement that entitles them to 2.5% of whatever you're going to offer for the house you want. At Blueprint, we don't do exclusive agreements, and our agent fee is 60% less than the competition. Learn more at www.buywithblueprint.com. Now let's get into the data. We are looking at the latest weekly print from Redfin for the Los Angeles metro market, and as you can see, the median sale price of a home in Los Angeles has fallen for the third week in a row, down to $895,000. It's notable that we've dropped under the $900,000 mark. What's more notable is what's happening with list prices. Now we're looking at the median price of a new listing in Los Angeles, and as you can see, these prices are absolutely plummeting. The median price of a new listing in California has fallen in just a 2-week span from $930,000 all the way down to $884,000. Now, this is really big and notable for 3 reasons. First of all, it is extremely uncommon for the median list price to be below the median sale price. We haven't seen that since the beginning of the year, so it's worth pointing out. Secondly, median list price is a more current metric than median sale price. A home's sale price is released when the transaction closes, which usually happens 4 to 5 weeks after the property goes into contract, whereas a property's list price is announced as soon as it's listed. So this median list price that we're looking at, these are homes that were listed this week, as opposed to homes that went under contract a month ago, which is what we're looking at when we're looking at median sale price. And thirdly, list price is a barometer of where agents think the market is going. Obviously, home sellers have a huge amount of say in what their home is listed at. They have really the ultimate say, but an agent's job is to help a home seller find the best price for them to list their home at. And if list prices are going down, it's because agents are anticipating prices going down because what they're seeing in the market is telling them that prices are going down. So this collapsing list price in Los Angeles is a huge indicator that we should see some incredible deals for home buyers for the rest of this month, December, and I would say probably through January of 2025. And then in February, as we typically see, we'll probably see home prices start to come back up again. Let's take a look at some inventory. Now we're looking at new listings for the week, and again, this metric is taking a relative nosedive. Last week, we actually got some distance from last year's numbers. Last week, we saw 13.9% more listings than the same week the previous year, but this week we fell off, and we're at just 1.2% more listings than this week the previous year, and that's 930 new listings this week. Homes sold also took a pretty decently sized drop this week, from 982 homes last week to 911 homes this week. Though keep in mind, this is technically older data. These are homes that went into contract a month ago, or maybe even 6 weeks ago, because we just got through Thanksgiving, which always delays escrows. When we look at pending sales, now we're looking at much more current data, because again, these are homes that actually went pending this week. That means these homes went into contract this week. And as you can see, this data has also been trending southward for about 6 weeks. This metric saw a peak here in mid-October, and has been trending downward since. If we jump back over to homes sold, we'll see that the data has been relatively flat and has just begun to drop. Now, some of this drop, of course, is because of Thanksgiving holiday week, but also I think we're going to start to see homes sold falling off, because what we've been seeing, again, since mid-October is pending sales falling off. A reduction in home sales means an increase in overall inventory, which again is going to be putting downward pressure on pricing, which will be good for home buyers because currently active listings is probably plummeting the hardest of the metrics we've been tracking. This is the hardest plummet, but we can still see how much higher we are than the number of listings we had this time last year. And right now in Los Angeles, we're sitting at 15,219 listings on the market. However, on balance, we still have demand growing faster than supply this week. That's why The metric weeks of supply ticked up this week to 17.1 weeks. And it's nice to note that weeks of supply is back above last year's numbers for this week. And all the while, off market in 2 weeks has actually been climbing since September. And that's something you have to keep in mind about the Los Angeles housing market. Even while prices are falling, even while list prices are plummeting, the share of homes that get sold in 2 weeks or less has been climbing for 2 or 3 months. How is this possible? Well, there are fewer buyers out there, but some of the buyers out there are very motivated to buy. And when a wonderful move-in ready house comes to market, they're going to scoop it up, and they're going to scoop it up fast. So if you're out there shopping for a home in Los Angeles in December of 2024, in January of 2025, here's what you need to keep in mind. If you see a home that's perfect, move quickly. And if you see a home that's imperfect, that maybe needs a little bit of work, maybe has a bit of a problem with some aspect of the home, don't be afraid to be cutthroat. Don't be afraid to even possibly offend the seller with the offer you're putting forward. And if you are worried about offending the seller, be sure to work with an agent, someone like myself, who is never afraid to offend anybody. And of course, keep up with what's happening in the market by subscribing here and catching next week's Los Angeles Real Estate Roundup.